What's up, and welcome to the Mets on Deck show. Just like every year, we've all had this weekend circled since last August when MLB announced this season's schedule. Subway Series, Mets-Yankees. How you doing? I'm Mike Janela.
And I'm Emily Reppert. Well, it's always one of the most anticipated series of the season, and this year is no different. We've got a great show coming up to get you ready for Game 1 of the series.
This great Subway Series 2026 merch, by the way, available in the Mets team store. Not that the Subway Series ever needs extra hype, but the Yankees come in 2 games off the best record in the American League. The Mets just swept the Tigers, and they've won 8 of their last 12. This is a peak weekend. Let's check out what's on tap for our episode.
Yeah, well, you might be aware, but these games feature a few guys who have played for both sides of this rivalry. We'll get into that in a couple different ways later on.
Yeah, one of those guys is Devin Williams. He'll get a particular spotlight all to his own from us as he continues to dazzle on the mound lately. We'll put his recent great stretch under the microscope in metrics.
And we hope to get him there just in time. Our correspondent in the field, Justin T. Manning, will give us a vibe check live from the Mets team store.
If we've been here a long time, the two of us, if the Subway Series of the past years are any indication, team store is going to be a madhouse. So I'm excited to see what Justin finds down there. But first, if it feels extra clean around here tonight, it's because the Mets broke out the brooms yesterday over the Tigers. Thank you. Let's relieve the magic with the highlights from that 9-4 win over Detroit.
And they sweep a series for the first time this year as they beat the Tigers 9-4.
5 home runs for the Mets yesterday. Another great start for Nolan McLean, and even a safety squeeze to score a run. Mike, the game had it all.
Yeah, the long balls, the short balls, all of it, including another comeback, Mike's fun fact of the night, courtesy of Elias. So the Mets came back from 3 runs down yesterday. They came back from multiple runs down all 3 games of that sweep. Just the 3rd time the team's ever done that. How fun would you consider that fact?
I would call that like 3 times the fun.
3 times the fun. I like that. I'll take it.
All right, well, one thing the Mets didn't need yesterday was a call on their closer. An easy win gave Devin Williams the day off, but heading into the weekend against his former team, the Mets stopper is on a roll.
Yeah, Devin Williams is the subject of Metrics today, the segment where the numbers tell the story. And to borrow from another Met that we're waiting to come back and we love, Williams has basically said that when it's cold outside, he's got the month of May. Take a look at these numbers for Williams so far. That last outing on Wednesday, another beautiful one. Halfway through the month, he's gotten 5 appearances, 5 scoreless appearances. And not just scoreless, but hitless.
In 4 2/3 innings, 0 hits, just 1 walk, and 7 strikeouts for the man who switched from the Yankees to the Mets in free agency this winter. He's striking out 35.5% of batters this season. That kind of brilliance has slammed the door on 3 saves in that stretch.
And his last 2 games in April even were also scoreless appearances. Nobody's touched home on Devin Williams since April 23rd. And to remind you just how you never take the early season small sample sizes too seriously, this stretch has dropped his ERA by 5 whole runs. The man from Missouri is showing me and all of us something. Because Missouri is the show me state. Do you get it?
Now it is your turn. We want all of you guys to get involved by answering our Queen's question of the day, which always gets a ton of great responses on Subway Series matchup.
Yeah, show us what you got by being nice, because tonight we're looking for some peace and harmony. So tell us, Mets fans, what's something nice you can say about all the Yankees fans that are here in attendance tonight?
I love that. Scan our QR code to send your thoughts, and we'll share some of our favorites later in the show. When we come back, Andy Martino hops on the show to give us the Mets Minute. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to the Mets on Deck show. She's Emily, I'm Mike, and if anybody knows his Subway Series, it's Andy Martino. Here is the longtime New York baseball scribe with the Mets Minute, presented by PC Richard and Son.
Welcome to Subway Series.
Thanks so much, Andy. Tons of great info there as always, and we just want to keep adding to that. So let's shift to the other side of the dugout with Know Your Foe.
Yeah, Yankees in town, and they don't call them the Bronx Bombers for nothing. They lead all of baseball with 66 home runs hit so far, and surprise, surprise, Aaron Judge sits atop the American League with 16 of them.
But Judge hasn't been doing it alone. His teammate Ben Rice actually has the highest OPS among all qualified hitters this year at 1079, and he's producing no matter who's on the mound. Rice is batting over 300 against both righties and lefties.
So you've got Judge, you've got Rice. The Yankees hope Spencer Jones eventually matures into another top slugger for them. The 6'7" outfielder is a powerful and tall lefty bat who popped 35 homers between AA and AAA last year, promoted to the big leagues after Jason Dominguez suffered a shoulder injury last week.
All right, so now that you know all about the Yankees, first pitch is on the way, and here are the gentlemen that will start us off on the mound tonight. Time to break down the starting pitching matchup.
And this is a tasty one. Studs on both sides. For the Yankees, let me be very careful and enunciative to not get fired. Cam Schlittler takes the hill for what's been a fabulous season. Sparkling numbers across the board for the second-year big leaguer who hasn't lost the game in more than a month. Leads the American League with that ERA and sits just second in all of baseball behind only one, Shohei Ohtani.
On the other side is another one of those guys we talked about who's played on both sides of this rivalry, Clay Holmes, having a great season of his own. In his second year stretched back as a starter, Holmes isn't too far behind Schlittler on the ERA leaderboard. He's 7th in Major League Baseball, and get this, he's the first pitcher in Mets history to start a season with 8 straight starts of 2 runs or fewer allowed.
Look at you, I thought only I had the fun facts. Emily's bringing the smoke tonight. That broke the previous record of 7 straight starts. Nolan Ryan, 1971, Johan Santana, 2009. Pretty good company for Clay Holmes. So Cam and Clay take center stage soon, but remember, before that, we're counting on you to answer our Queen's question of the day.
Yeah, we want to know, Mets fans, what's something nice you can say about Yankee fans? Scan the QR code to submit your answers while we step aside for a quick break. Mets on Deck show back in a minute. Welcome back to the Mets on Deck show, getting you ready for Game 1 of the Subway Series. And before we continue, the Mets want to make sure you're fed.
And fed well, because whether you're here in Flushing all the time or you've just popped over across town for the action this weekend, come on back, won't you? Here is how you can get $10 off your order at an amazing Flushing restaurant.
Yeah, just take a screenshot of your Mets ticket and text it to the number you see on Citi Vision right now, and that's it. You'll receive $10 off an incredible rotating selection of Flushing restaurants. Bon appetit.
Everything on that screen looks incredible.
I'm ready to eat.
Yeah. All right, we still have some show to get through, though, and actually now you can check your watches because you are just in time for our trip away from the desk called Just in Time with our correspondent, Justin T. Manning.
Yeah, Justin is live in the team store, so Justin, take it away.
Hitting the home stretch of the Mets on Deck show, and that won't be the only home stretch you'll see tonight. Get ready for the Moo 5-borough race.
Yeah, and here's how you can get involved without even having to stretch. Just scan the QR code up on Citi Vision to pick what borough you think wins tonight. You'll receive 5 Mets Connects points for voting, and then 5 more if you pick the winning racer.
I wonder if with all the Yankee fans here, the Bronx will be willed and inspired to its first win ever. Okay, first pitch is coming around the bend, but we've got to get to your answers to our Queen's question of the day first.
Yeah, we asked you Mets fans to say something nice about Yankee fans. Let's see where this goes.
I don't see how this can possibly go wrong at all. All right, what do we got?
They play in a great city.
You know what? I can't argue that. Undebatable. That's a good one. There are neighbors. Also, nice.
I feel, okay.
Oh, you don't like Emily doesn't like her neighbors, it sounds like.
Nice neighbors. I feel like neighbors isn't necessarily a nice thing.
That's true. You could have the neighbors that borrow your tools and then never bring them back. Yankees fans have really long memories.
Let's see where you're going with that, Gabbers.
That's well done, Gabbers. Yeah. Okay, Jenny. They pay taxes, hopefully. Yeah.
These are a stretch as far as nice goes, I feel like.
By the way, this is not me, a different Mike J. They
I did
remind
see
me-
you trying to scan that QR code. They remind me of Stormtroopers from Star Wars.
You're busting me on my between our breaks activity here. Yeah, Star Wars Day was yesterday. Chelsea, my husband's a Yankees fan, the only Yankee fan I love.
I like this, Chelsea. This is good stuff.
This is nice. And good for you, Chelsea, marrying Austin despite his
Yes.
being a Yankee fan.
Thank you for coming to the best ballpark in MLB, especially to see our rookies who are making this game so much fun. So thanking them for coming. That's nice.
Very hospitable.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you, real JPA. And Mason Katz, at least they root for the Knicks.
There you go.
We hope, because
Yeah.
they share a TV network with the Nets. I think we're all Knicks fans these days,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
All right.
We'll go with they do.
Yeah, we'll go with that. That went pretty well.
Yeah, I think that was good.
There's never any traffic taking the high road. Don't forget that. Let's take a look and see how much longer we have until Mets and Yankees actually throw down on the field tonight. Little less than a half hour, 28 minutes and change before episode 1 of this year's Subway Series. Thanks so much for hanging out with us here on the Mets on Deck show. My name is Mike Janela.
I'm Emily Reppert. Enjoy the game.